Yes, Mr. Krummel. This is Michael Gibson. I was returning your call. Yes, sir. Yes, I was calling about that, and I had reread the article of the Beacon Journal where it says that we after leaving the station, we did not leave. We did not make it to a station. I don't know how she misunderstood going to a police station. But are you ready? All right. Well, what happened was my son and I. You know our story about hitchhiking in the United States, correct? Okay, thank you. As we when we were heading up towards Decatur, Indiana, we got picked up by a gentleman who actually took us. He lived south of Decatur, or actually west of Decatur. Took us to Vanwert area. We went to a gas station. I think it was a BP. It was open. It was real late at night, about 11 o'clock at night. They were still open. Yes, I don't know. I don't know if it was Route 30 yet, because we were going to take the 224 route the whole way, and he dropped us off after we went there. He dropped us off on 224 at a flashing light. I think there was a four-way stop, and maybe about a half mile up the road is where 224 and 30 connected. Because my son and I stood at that flashing light, and I mean it was pitch black for about 20 minutes. Drank some Mountain Dew. And ate a candy bar, and then I had talked to my cousin on the phone, and they were telling me to take Route 30, that it would be a quicker path to get to Ohio. So as I walked down, that's when I realized that this was the 224-30 ramp, and my son and I walked down the ramp, and we were going to try to figure out where 224 and 30 separated, and I was on the phone the whole time, the entire time before the cops pulled us over. We were not hitchhiking. We were walking way alongside the road, like near the grass, where our backpacks had reflectors on them. You know, we had our shoes pulled up, our socks pulled up real high so they could see the white, up to our calves. Wearing white shirts. No time in our 16 days did we were ever told that we were almost hit, going to get in the line of traffic. When the police officer first pulled us over, I was on the phone with my cousin, and I told her, I was like, hey, I'm going to have to call you back. I said the cop came out, and it was routine. I mean, we had been pulled over at least 7 times during the whole trip. So the cop, I see the lights, I have my son's and my ID in our wallet, and I pulled both of them out, walked to the car. He approached me as I was approaching him, and he asked what we were doing. I explained to him that, our journey. Told him I had been uploading all the videos on YouTube. I told him if he'd like to see the iPad, I could show him. And I said we were walking to try to get to where the 30 was only the 30. And he ran our IDs. He said that the reason he stopped us is nobody could see us out here on the road. He said that nobody would be able to see us as we were walking along the road. That's what he said before he went to his car. And he ran our IDs, everything was fine, came back, and said that he was talking, he told us that we weren't allowed to hitchhike on the road at night, that 224 and 30 where they were together. I explained to him we weren't hitchhiking, we were just walking, trying to get to the 30. At that point a canine cop came up, and the canine officer had said, is this the two that were called in that were walking along the freeway? And I'm sorry, are you there? All right. Yes, the canine cop came, and he had said that had asked the other officer. He said, is this the two that somebody had called in about seeing them walking on the freeway? And he said yes. And then because my son had asked, he said, well, how did somebody call in if I thought you said nobody could see us? And I had apologized. Said we'd been up for about 36 hours at that point. Then the cop, I explained again to the canine cop the second time, told him the story what we were doing. Kept asking them, please, can you let me just take my iPad out? I'll show you what you were doing. You'll see how other cops had stopped us and everything. We had no signs of drugs, alcohol, weapons, anything. That was no kind of issue or anything. Well, at that point, the cop said that he wasn't going to let us. I apologize. Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? Okay. The cop had told me that our trip was ending, that he was going to take us back to Vanwert. So I called my cousin, who I was talking to at the time when the police pulled up to me, and explained to her that, hey, he's taking me back to Vanwert. We're going to have to figure something else out in the morning, a different way to go. And at that point, my cousin said that her husband and her son would just come up to get us. So I explained to the cop that, can you drive us somewhere to a landmark where they would be able to just come and get us? And then he had us get in the back of his cruiser and drove us to a McDonald's. I know the drive-thru was open, but the McDonald's was closed. It was in front of it near a Walmart there in Vanwert. And we just sat there and uploaded the rest of our videos from the trip and everything, and then waited for my cousin to come. And that cop circled about 6 times in an hour and 45-minute time period, just to make sure that we didn't leave off to go hitchhiking. But when he picked us up, we were not hitchhiking. I was talking on the telephone, we were walking, and we were in no way on anywhere near the white line or any kind of close to the road. One of the main reasons we weren't hitchhiking is that late at night, the only thing that you have hitchhiking is semis. Semis don't pick you up on the freeway, for one. They're not allowed, usually with the insurance purposes. But I'm telling you, there is no way. We were not hitchhiking. That cop did not almost hit us. Nobody almost hit us. And like I said, we did not end up in a station. I don't know how the word, and I didn't even catch the station the first time when I read the article. In the Akron Beacon Journal, it said something about the word leaving the station or something. They took us to McDonald's after leaving the station, and I didn't even catch that. I was just thinking when we left the side of the road. Not at all. Not at all. Like I said, in 16 days, I mean, his exact words were, when he was taking us to McDonald's, was like, well, it looks like your trip ends tonight. I mean, it was just, we could be seen. There's no way that he almost hit us. Like I said, I mean, we went all the way to California and back and had no issues whatsoever. The police in Indiana on 224, the very first night, he gave us a ride and had called the sheriff in the next county to meet us at the county line to take us to a Walmart where it was lit. I mean, we took great precautions. I didn't have glow sticks that night, but at the beginning of our trip, we even had glow sticks that we used if we were walking along at night. And then when they were gone, we just made sure we had white shirts. We could be seen everywhere. And I mean, if you watch our videos, I don't know if you have, but if the videos, they're all in chronological order. Our outfits are there. You'll see. I mean, we have before the police and after the police. And like I said, nobody else had an issue seeing us. Sure, hold on, let me grab anything. I can do that for you. How would I do that? Address and phone number? Okay. $275 words? Okay. Okay. So if under 275, over 275, submit a picture. Okay, I will. I'll get that to you today then. All right, thank you, sir. Bye.